Let's get physical. It's Jordan here, back again with this week's update on all the physical releases coming to the Nintendo Switch, October the 13th until the 17th. Pokémon Legends ZA is obviously the big major release this week, and for millions of people out there, it might be the biggest release of the entire year. A new Pokémon game, a new mainline entry game, this time returning to Lumo City. With real-time combat instead of turn-based, it's following on from Arceus, which many people love despite Game Freak's continued lack of polish. I don't know if the trailers have done much for me yet. I don't know if I can stomach the awful and endless dialogue of modern Pokemon games, but I think my daughter will love to power through the text and get straight to filling the Pokédex. Now this is releasing physically on Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 as a Switch 2 edition. Yes, it's on a proper cartridge and probably runs at an acceptable frame rate, so that's the one I will be picking up. And my executive producers, Super Ben Julio, Ghost Bune, Alolo Jojo, Thorn Metal Luna, Vey, Josh Foot, Jeddah Crow, Louis K, Jimmy A. Guerrero, they've chosen this as their pick of the week. And if you want it or any of the retail games in this video, please consider purchasing via the links in the description and pinned comment. That massively helps me out, this series, this channel, to keep producing useful physical content for you guys. VGP are a really nice company with free worldwide shipping on orders over 75 Canadian bucks, which is like 54 American dollars, not that much. Plus each week, if you buy something, you are put into a draw to have a chance of winning a $10 discount coupon. And because last week I reached 30,000 subscribers and it was my birthday, this week they have chosen 3 winners. We've got Mark N, Gregory B, and Owen F. Congratulations to the 3 of you. You should get an email from VGP with your discount coupon. If you don't, like maybe if they forget, just let me know and I'll get it sorted. Absolum is releasing this week. This is a roguelike beat-em-up. I don't know how the roguelike thing fits into a beat-em-up. My initial reaction is that it would probably make it worse due to repetition, what with the cookie-cutter aspects that come with Rogue, but reviews are extremely positive about this game, so I am very intrigued. The whole trailer is kind of giving me vibes of Guardian Heroes, which was a really good Saturn adventure beat-em-up. It's made by the increasingly busy .emu, who are like doing the Marvel beat-em-up as well. That's kind of crazy. And this is also releasing on PlayStation 5, and my executive producers, the Nemo 6, Viz, Dane Wilkinson, Michael Del Polito, and Feig have chosen this as their pick of the week. Another Crab's Treasure is an unusual Souls-like action game, by which I mean it's colourful and friendly. Still has the soul-crushing difficulty. You play as a hermit crab whose shell has been taken and you want it back like any self-respecting hermie would. I did hear that originally the Switch port was rough around the edges, but has been updated over time to increase optimization as well as various small bug fixes. Perhaps not enough to make it the best version to play though, if you care about that. It's also releasing physically on PlayStation 5. And my executive producers, Azrath, Jennifer M, Adamantium, Cartoon Soren, Kaba Clavacol, Sora Cat, Surfacing for Air, Dead Bunny's YouTube, and Nerdy Sean have chosen this as their pick of the week. The Elf on the Shelf Christmas Heroes is releasing on Switch, PS5, PS4, and Xbox physically this week. The Elf on the Shelf, the thing that your middle-class cousin's wife weirdly posts about on Facebook, it is being released by Outright Games, so at least it's a step up from Game Mill. Outright Games kind of try to put something respectable together. It's a basic as a ball-sack platformer that's clearly just a palette swap of their Grinch game, with simple minigames, brain-dribbling platforming, and a presentation that will make you despise Christmas in real life. And my executive producers, the rebellion is still going on, and they've got new members. My executive producers, Punky Dooster and D's Nuts, have chosen this as their pick of the week. Lumo 2 is releasing in Europe this week on Switch and PlayStation 5. Unlike the first game, this seems to be a genre mix that's dedicated to bringing you back to the home computers of the late 80s and early 90s when you just had a different kind of gaming environment, by which I mean dodgy screen scrolling. I don't think that this will emulate that aspect, but it will resonate more with European audiences. I don't know if I'm feeling this personally. The animation, the physics, the art style look a bit too cheap. Like the first game was simple but had a really nice atmosphere. This looks like it doesn't have any of that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're focusing too much on the mini-games in the trailer. It's coming in a standard edition, as well as a collector's edition which has various things, a puzzle, a pin, a poster, and the soundtrack on a cassette tape. Hell yes! If I ever manage to publish physical releases, I will for sure include the soundtrack on a cassette, with an affordable cassette player available separately, of course. Alright, the low print limited pre-orders. AstroDog is one of 2 limited run games this week. I don't think AstroDogs has anything to do with Astro Kitty. This is a Star Fox if it was made by modern furry enthusiasts. Why are they always like round and chubby? I don't know. Maybe it's hard to draw animals cool these days. But this game is a top-notch one if you're craving a Star Fox style rail shooter. This kind of flew under the radar since its release a good few years ago digitally, but reviews say that it does seem like it's worth a shot if you like the genre. Weirdly, this is limited run, selling a European version of it, and there are only 3,000 copies of it. I don't know how this came about, it's weird, but my executive producer, Radio to Rancid, has chosen this as his pick of the week. R-Type Delta HD Boosted predictably is a limited run release available for pre-order on Tuesday on Switch and PlayStation 5. It's also getting a European retail release. This is a port of a widely loved PS1 shooter. I haven't played it, but I kind of want to, if only for those comforting 32-bit textures. It's cool to see something like this make a comeback, just, a random game in the R-Type library. I'd love to see more random games come back like, I don't know, Azure Dreams, for example. It's not a shooter, but it's a random game. Come on, someone do that. Anyways, I will probably be giving this a go if I have the chance, and my executive producers God of Resin, Brent McLean, Ishin, Dave Horwath, and Instacritic have chosen this as their pick of the week. Alright, the import section. If you want to import any of these games from PlayAsia, you can do so via the links below and get 5% off if you use my code Jordan2025. Kamitsubaki City Ensemble is a rhythm game and part of the same universe as the previous Kamitsubaki game, which was also an import exclusive. This seems to have a much bigger focus on the rhythm gameplay though, even if there are some story segments in here. On Steam, this was a DLC-filled nightmare. Hopefully this Switch release has the DLC on the cartridge, but who knows when it comes to publisher's greed. I guess we'll have to see when it launches this week with English. Japan Train Models Deluxe is releasing this week on Switch. Now, PlayAsia don't mention anything when it comes to English language, but this package contains 4 games that I checked on the Japanese eShop for each and every one of them, and they all state they have English, which is nice. 4 train making and running sims. Obviously, it is a little bit cheap, a dinky experience, but 4 together in one, that seems like a nice package. And my executive producers, Kevin W. and Dave Huswaite, have chosen this as their pick of the week. Akupara Narrative Pack, a quick mention to this, which is releasing in Japan this week. Asia already has this, and this includes 3 games that North America already got individually as physical releases. If you want to save on shelf space, and overall this is probably cheaper too, then this could be one to look into, the Akupara Narrative Pack. Japan is also getting STARBITES, which does not have English. The West will be getting it, I think, early next year. Alright, before we get into the community spotlight, if you're new here, please do subscribe. It will be the best thing you do today, I promise. I am on the march to 40,000. Can I do it before the end of next year? That's going to be a bit of a difficult one, but I need your help to do it, so subscribe. Alright, the community spotlight. Executive producer Dave Horwath sent in this photo picking up 2 copies of Hungry Meme. I confused a lot of people with my video about this special ESRB release, but I'm pretty sure it will be worth it in the future for those who bought it. Executive producer Instacritic was one of many people to get in the Mario Double Pack. It's such an easy release for Nintendo, and it's going to sell millions and millions. Easy money. Pericles M sent in this photo with a bunch of super rare games, a couple that I've literally no memory of, like The Pedestrian, Aka. When did those happen? I must have talked about them, but I don't remember them at all. Executive producer My Man in Japan Vei sent in this photo. He got in the collector's edition of Final Fantasy Tactics that was in Japan, and it seems like it would be worth it for those Chocobo plushies alone. They look so cute. Bub sent in this photo with the newer print of Air, which now comes with English on the cartridge, which is always an awesome thing to see happen. Executive producer Cartoon Soren sent in this photo with his previously fan-made Pumpkin Jack artwork he made for himself, and then the official one, which came out later with limited run. He almost got it spot on. Scumbag wanted to show off this pretty unique edition of Ace Attorney Investigations, which looks like it's had a serious printing error. It looks like it's been sucked into a black hole. Executive producer D's nuts. I'm still waiting for that Barbie Horse Trails, matey. Where is it? You're showing off Mario, but where's that Barbie game you recommended to everyone? I'm expecting the Elf on the Shelf next week, dude. Okay, don't disappoint me. Executive producer G Bautista 100 sent in this photo with a quad helping of Atelier, the latest Resliana, which I'm pleased to see has got very nice reception in most places. Like, not like 9 out of 10s or anything, but it's just a really solid release that many people are happy with the direction the Atelier series is going in. Twisty sent in this photo with Neptunia Rebirth 2, the collector's edition, which PlayAsia still have in stock. It lasted much longer than the first game, despite having the same amount of numbers. Is there something better about the first game? Executive producer Adamantium sent in this photo, including Sky Oceans, which I included in a discounts video over the weekend. $21 at VGP, why not? The Family OG sent in this photo with Resliana and Gex Trilogy, which over time, the more I want it. I want Gex to be good. And I heard this physical release has the Danny John Jules update on the cartridge, which is nice for Red Dwarf fans. Power Puro JRPG fan 878 sent in this photo with 2 Nintendo Switch 2 physical games. They exist, guys. Look at them. Michael H sent in this photo with Rebel Transmute, another obscure European exclusive release. One day, when the Switch is completely dead and there are no more physical releases, I will make a 2-hour video about all the European exclusives, I promise. Mad Hawk 110 sent in this photo showing that North America did eventually get Broken Sword. It snuck out after being delayed time and time again. That is the limited special edition from VGP, and they still have stock of it despite it being limited to 500 copies. To be fair, it's not that much different from the normal edition. You get a keychain, but, you know, why not? Executive producer Dead Bunny's YouTube sent in this photo with High on Life from Limited Run. This is starting to get sent out now, and this was one of their more recent popular titles. Gordman's Game Treasure sent in these games. By Sweet Carol did release in Europe. A couple of people left a comment saying that they thought it was delayed to the same time as the North American one. But no! Franco F sent in this photo picking up John Wick Hex, which I assume is from the reprint VGP managed to sort out before it was too late. Executive producer Kevin W sent in this photo with Front Mission 3. I've been asked a few times recently, but no, there is still not a peep about a Western release for this game. Executive producer Super Ben Julio sent in this photo with Little Nightmares 3, and something tells me this is not going to do as well as the other two. There's been little to no hype about it for some reason. I don't know. Alright, let's have a roundup. Illogicool 2001 4 Eleanor C That Man Bill R Andrew R Paul S Adam S Cost 71 Brian G Burning Kitsune Mask Miami Heat Fan 2003 The Enemy Parasite Constantina Theo Kresolak Bunny Bear Nintendo Gamer Gal Gundam Base EX. Or is it XE? I don't know. Dabro 90. Base 6. Remy X. Twig E. Starby. The One. Alright, if you want to send your pictures, the details are on the screen right now. As always, special thanks to my executive producers, Dane Wilkinson, God of Resin, Brent McLean, Alexander Cato, JCruz7776, Punky Dooster, Cartoon Soren, Robotech, Thorn Metal Luna, Vey, Instacritic, Precision Plague, Alex M, Feig, Josh Foot, Ishin, Lewis K, Kevin W, Jennifer M, Super Ben Julio, Double Dave, Husway and Horworth, Sora Cat, The Nemo 6, Ghost Bune, G Bautista 100, Rose, Adamantium, Azrath, Jake Vav, D's Nuts, Jetta Crow, Brotorius, Surfacing for Air, Justin PDC, Cookie Kid, Radio to Rancid, Danielle O, Switch Effect, Cava Clavacol, Nerdy Sean, Ligma, Michael Del Polito, Big Bruno, Jimmy A. Guerrero, Max Ty, Viz, Dead Bunny's YouTube, and Alolo Jojo. Thank you so much for your support. Plus you watching right now, if you watched all the way through, please leave me a crab emoji in the comments in honor of another crab's treasure. Maybe leave some treasure there as well, if you can find it. Anyways, I hope you all have a fantastic day. Take care.